Good morning, stock traders, and welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, the man with the master plan, coming at you with the super slams, Stock Sumo. You know what time it is, folks. It's time to top off your cup of coffee here with Stock Traders Talk Radio as we look through the markets. So open up your charts, turn on your scanners, and fire up those trading accounts. Join me and the rest of us on the program today is Sifikia.
Yeah, buddy. Aloha from the 808 state at 3:02 a.m.
Woo, man, I don't know how you do it sometimes, bud.
You know how I do it? I think about money.
Money
Making
never.
money with sumo.
Oh boy, we were having a blast yesterday. Man, did some of those stocks really heat up that we put on the old watch list? It's good times for a slow week. Yesterday was really an exciting day. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I still got your watch list up too, man.
Cool. We'll have to see what some of those.
I kept it active.
Good idea. We'll have to see what some of them continue to do today with some of the momentum that we were seeing in some of those plays yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised to see some added gains today. Now, keep in mind, we only have a half a day, so that'll be interesting. You know, there's going to be there's no lunch hour. It should be just a steady day all day up until 1 o'clock when the market closes. Wouldn't you agree?
Low volume, high volatility. It works for me.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are out at the beach already. I wish I was there. Man. Well, how about those Apple options? What's Apple doing pre-market?
Apple is actually $594.99, and it's gonna hit $595 in a second now. Let's see here. Boom. There's Apple. Come on, $595. Print, baby, print. It already printed $595.30. Actually, I just didn't see it.
Cool. Now we've been looking at these calls. I know yesterday they were like around $6 when we were talking about the 600 July calls.
July 21st. Yep.
And they
got to be careful because you always got your weeklies and your monthlies, and believe it or not, it is pretty easy to get them mixed up when you're in the heat of the action. So make sure you always are pulling the trigger on the right one. Known many a good traders to be a little confused come Friday, their options expiring a little early. But yep, it was $6. It hit a high of, I believe, 910. I dumped that thing at 880 yesterday. I never did get back in. I rolled over to the Apple Weekly, July 6th, $600 call. And I was looking for a little more volatility. That's the one that went from 12 cents on Friday to $3.10 yesterday.
Boom!
Beautiful. Anyways, that closed at $1.87 yesterday. We'll see where she opens up today. But loving Apple life. Wanted to shout out USO. We talked about this being a bottom. I gave it a recommendation last week at 29 range. Well, today it's cracking 32.42. Congrats on that one. Me and my boys picked up some of that, and we're holding her strong. US Oil.
While you're talking about bottom plays, I want to bring up Arch Coal.
Oh, boy. Beast.
That's a nice one that's been coming off of its bottom. We talked about it a little bit on the radio, I believe, the week before last. This thing came down to about $5.41, and yesterday it closed at $7.09. There's going to be a key resistance at $7.70, but so far she's been making a nice recovery off that 52-week low. Love finding these bottom plays, man.
Well, you can see there on the daily, she's hitting that 50-day moving average. So, you gotta respect that. I know after, what is it? You got your reversal day. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 days up. Today will be 6th day, and it's hitting that 50 MA. So either get your stops in place, take your profits, or let that conviction ride. But congrats. Nice call there, Sumo.
Thanks, bud. Why don't you flip it over to my screen? I got a couple things that I'm looking at here. I got the pre-market scanner going here, and I'm seeing a large gap down on Chelsea Therapeutics. This is going to be one that I'm going to be watching for this bounce. I'm going to be looking for it to find support wherever the 52-week low is. But look, you can see on the scanner, it is currently trading down 52% pre-market on 609,000 shares, and that's last traded at 70 cents, and that's 913 trades. So a lot of volume already pre-market. They're hammering it down. They must have gotten some bad news. I'm not sure what's going on there, but nevertheless, I want to watch it, keep it on the watch list, and watch it find support. And once it, starts to turn around, then it could be a good idea to get in for a quick flip for a bounce. Here's one that we caught last week. I caught it on the scanner. It was trading just off its 52-week low. We were talking about it on Friday. This is XCLL. And XCLL, you can see, had the big downtrend, had the huge sell-off, saw its 52-week low here of 10 cents on Thursday. And on Friday, when we were talking about it, I said that I was looking to see higher highs and higher lows. Sure enough, Friday, it only saw a low of 11 cents and closed at the high of day. But yesterday, look at this big, nice candle. It ran into some key resistance here around 18 cents. But if this thing can get going north and get above this 20-day moving average, which is at 20 cents, chances are, if it can get above this 20-cent mark, she could possibly go to the next resistance level, which is 27 cents. So I love finding these bottom bounce plays. They never prove us wrong. Here, let's go to another bottom bounce play that we were talking about yesterday. What was the ticker symbol? I got so many ticker symbols floating around. Oh, BZRT, that was it. They had that news that you caught. We were talking about this one pre-market. That's bizrocket.com. And I was pointing this chart out yesterday, talking about how it came down, saw this big bounce off of the low. Well, yesterday we seen the momentum continue off of that press release. As I was talking about the chart pre-market, SIFI honed in on the news. They announced a share buyback. So there was some good news yesterday. Yesterday you seen another spike in the stock, and it made a nice move from the 3-4 cent mark up to like 6.5 cents. Ended up closing out the day at 0.53. But we're finding these bottom bounce plays, and they can be exciting. It's good stuff. That's why we always keep our eyes and ears to the street to hear what's going on. Let's go back to the old scanner, see if anything else is standing out to me like Chelsea Therapeutics with this big gap down. Okay, here's another little gap down, DSTI. That's Daystar Technology. It's down 17% pre-market. And let's just pull up a chart on DSTI, see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so you're seeing a gap down after yesterday's pop. Had a big move here yesterday. You notice she's been on a bit of an uptrend after seeing this low here of 90 cents. It's had some nice bounces. So this is a good one to watch, in my opinion. She's gapping down here this morning. If she can hold above the 20-day moving average, then I'll be watching this one for a bounce. This is DSTI. What do you think about that one, Siffy?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, Sumo.
I just pulled up DSTI. That's Daystar Technologies. Take a look at this chart, and you can kind of get an idea on how this thing likes to bounce. It's gapping down to about $1.35 here this morning. So as long as it can hold this $1.30, which is the 20-day moving average, I think this thing should be good for another possible bounce.
Nice little wedger. Look at that volume, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. We shall see how she performs on level 2. Good stuff, man. What do they do?
I'm not sure. Let's check this company out.
Where's Haas when you need him?
Yeah, right? Daystar Technologies. Let's see what they do. Maybe they had some bad news. That's why they're gapping down. We'll go take a look and see what's out on the company. So yesterday had the 24% gain. See if there's any news out. Okay, that was yesterday. They had some news about retiring debt. Oh, this is a subsidiary, it looks like. Yeah, so not sure exactly what these guys do.
Oh well, it don't
We'll
matter.
do.
As long as they're going up, that's all we care about.
Well, we're seeing a gap down today. Maybe we'll keep it on watch. Maybe it'll see it bounce. I like the way that chart is in terms of its bounciness nature that it's exhibited over the past 2 months. All right. Nothing else really standing out on my scanner. Oh, Anthera Pharmaceuticals, ANTH. She's gapping up 7.87%. So we'll take a quick peek at that. ANTH. Oh, look at this one. There you go. This could be another bottom bouncer. This is why I love running these scans. You never know what you're going to come across. Look at how this thing had a huge gap down here recently. Fell off a cliff. It trended from $1.44 all the way to $3.21 from May to the end of June. And then all of a sudden, she just fell off a cliff. Once she broke below these moving averages, it just was a sharp
door. See you later.
Yesterday, we're seeing this candle starting to see some green. Ended up seeing 2% in gains yesterday. But so far this morning, looks like she wants to gap up. Last traded at 74 cents. It's up 7.87%. Keep ANTH on your watch list for a recovery off this bottom here. Just trending off its 52-week lows. That's where we like to find them, folks. I like these pharmaceutical plays, man. These biopharma plays, they can heat up. We've seen it a lot in the past. Arna Pharmaceuticals was a monster. ARNA. ACAD is another pharmaceutical play here hitting the scanner. Let's take a look at this chart. See what this one's all about.
I just wanted to say one thing about Arna real quick before we step off that boat. Is check out this 60-minute 20-day. I got pulled up here, and you can see Arna, what it did last time. It came down and kissed that 100 MA, skyrocketed. Obviously it ain't gonna do that right there, but keep your eye on it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Arna start its grind north from here on out. Okay, back to you, Sumo.
Good stuff. Well, we got about 14 minutes before the market opens here. Let's take a look at my other scanner and see if anybody... Nope, nothing's hitting that, so...
You had a chart you wanted to look at there before I interrupted you? Sorry about that.
Yeah, we were looking at this ACAD, another pharmaceutical company, Acadia Pharmaceuticals, Inc. This one's made some nice swings this year, though. Has been as low as You know, the dollar range here in January ran as high as $2.30, but this $1.29 is a key level of support here. Today she's gapping up, but look, from June to July, it ran from $1.29 to $1.87. This is going to be a key resistance mark here. Is this $1.87 and the $2.02 range? If it can break through these resistance, the next resistance is going to come at this 223, which was this swing high right here. So ACAD. So a bunch of A stocks here this morning hitting the scan. We got ACAD, we got ANTH. Put them on the old watch list. We'll see how they do. And of course, we're going to be watching Chelsea Therapeutics to find its bottom, CHTP. Ford trading pre-market volume in the $9 range. Arna Pharmaceuticals trading some pre-market volume. Looking forward to seeing Apple dictate its own market. Yesterday the markets were down, but Apple was going up. Everybody's anticipating those earnings. I'm hearing they could come in the next couple weeks. Am I right? What are you hearing on?
March 16th is what they got on E-Trade.
You mean July 16th?
Yeah, March. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Yes, July 16th.
NSPH gapping up 21% here. Let's take a quick peek at this chart. NSPH. Whoops, not NS. All right, now look at that one. She's gapping up here this morning. This is in blue sky breakout mode, folks. Look at that. CCI cranked up in the power zone heavy. So currently gapping up. You could see this NSPH nanosphere is up over $3 pre-market, gain of 21%. This is going to be interesting to watch today, in my opinion, because we're in blue sky mode. Take a look at that chart. We're going to have to take this back a couple of years and see what exactly this thing has done over
looks sicko.
Okay, so right now we're stepping into blue sky mode, breaking through resistance point in the $3 range. Last time it was this high was in 2011. It traded as high as $3.89 off of $3.11.
Pull us up a weekly chart on that there, Sumo. Get a weekly 3-year and see what that looks like. It'll show us more what we got what ahead of us. I mean,
there you go.
See right there, you got that 100 MA. We're hitting it right now.
Bumping its head, but we're going to gap through this today.
Gap through it, so now it'll be our support.
It's going to be support after this large gap up. If we see any type of pullback, we want to see it hold support right here. Yeah, it's definitely a good looking chart. You like how that 20-day recently crossed through the 50-day?
Yep.
If that 20-day,
was go time.
Yep. If she can keep climbing, get above this 50-day, that'll be good. But yeah, this one looks really good. Nice looking chart on this NSPH.
Good stuff, man.
All right. Vibe trading some pre-market volume. This was one that we caught on the scanner yesterday, and we saw it absolutely explode. And then going back later in the day, I was looking through, talking to some other people, and I guess there is a lot of spam hitting their inboxes on this one. So somebody's running a spam campaign. You know, those usually don't end pretty. So I called it yesterday, expect a pullback, and sure enough, after the big spike up, it was in the first hour of trading. You seen Vibe sit there stuck in the mud all day, consolidating around 2 cents. Traded a ton of volume yesterday, but somebody's liquidating a large position, in my opinion. The spam definitely doesn't help.
Bulls get paid, bears get paid, pigs get slaughtered.
Trying to take a peek at the scanner, see what else we got. Oh, you were talking about Eastman Kodak yesterday. I wouldn't touch that one with a 10-foot pole, but hey, you were talking about it. EKDKQ. Gapping up a little bit this morning.
They, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe a judge ruled that they could sell their patents, which Apple and a few other people were squabbling about because they said they own the patents as well. So that's probably why you're seeing action in Eastman Kodak, is maybe they can sell something and raise some capital.
Gotcha. Cool. DOMK, that's one that we talked about way back when. They make the cases for the iPhone and the iPad, the solar cases. Gapping down here pre-market, it's down 7%. We'll take a look at the chart on DOMK. Boy, she did good for us a while ago. When we first saw them putting the press releases out about their products, the stock was, this is right around here, had a couple of nice runs, went from 95 cents to $2, pulled back to 63 cents, and then ran as high as 488. Yeah, go back to our board, look at our posts, you can see that we were talking about it that whole time. I even bought one of the cases for my iPhone. I'm pretty happy with the product too. Looks like Chelsea Therapeutics is trying to find support at 70 cents. Got a player in the chat room asking, does INR still have life? Well, she certainly had a big day yesterday. Siffy caught it on his boom scanner, was talking about it a little bit yesterday during the show. Had a nice day yesterday. We'll see what happens today if the Momo can continue. Yesterday definitely looked good.
I like INR. Go to our board, bro, and check out the little chart annotation I did on INR. It's a weekly chart, and it kind of gives you an idea of what she could or couldn't do. Obviously, she could do a lot of in-between, too. But check that out if you get a chance. But for the record, I like the weekly chart on INR. Not saying that the chart means diddly squat in OTC world, but as for now, looking good.
Nice. Well, we got about 5 minutes before the bell. If there's anybody in the chat room you want us to talk about your stocks, feel free to drop them in the chat room, and we'll bring them up on the show. Man, that LBSR had a monster day yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how that one continues today. Let's take a look at that LBSR chart again. Yesterday, I distinctively remember saying that if it can get above the resistance at 3 cents, it had a nice shot at testing its previous high of 0428. And yesterday, you've seen it just beast all day, punch through the resistance of the moving average at the 50-day, which is at 0294. Hit a high a day yesterday of 0394, closed at 0388, so just short of the high a day. Looks like she can continue here and test that recent high of 0428. And if she can get through that, Looks like according to stock charts, the next resistance isn't going to come till 0605. Brainstorm sell. BCLI hitting the scanner here pre-market. Going to be a little bit of a slow day, half day today. We got the holiday tomorrow. Everybody's going to be off. So we'll see if we can't find a couple runners. Got 3 minutes till the bell. CHTP, NSPH, ANTH. Going to be watching all these. XCLL, that's another one. Can't forget that one. That thing's been recovering nicely off its bottom. Yippee. Yippee is another one that did pretty well today. YIPI. Yesterday, Yippee had a good day. Be watching that one as well today.
Still keeping my eye on that GWBU. Yesterday, she pretty much traded sideways flat, which is not a bad thing after you just went from a $1.90, $1.80, all the way down to 18 cents, actually hitting 12, 13 cents, I believe, on Friday. But still going to keep my eye on her. Trading at 19.5 right now, small gap up, nothing to write home about, but keeping her on the radar. Don't want to miss another Yippee opportunity. Boing.
Cha-ching. I'm going to be looking to take some profits on my Apple calls today. I think I could see a discount later in the week, and I'll be able to buy it back cheaper.
Yeah, no need to be greedy. You're up over 100%.
Yep.
This thing should gap up to about $10, $10.50 this morning. Here it is. You can see what this thing's done over the last few days. $3 on Friday. There it is. $9.85. I guess I was a little bit off there. $9.80. It's the one that I got into yesterday. It's at 228 by 233. This thing was 12 cents on Friday. Hit 310 yesterday. I jumped on board at $1.80 yesterday, so up about 24%, 26%.
LBSR is up in the green out of the gate. 039 by 0399. 04 is up, and LBSR is getting ready to run some more. GWBU looks like it's trying to find support down here. It's 19 by 19.4. INAR taking a little bit of consolidation, down 14% on 2.2 million shares. Last trade at 003.
Well, so far that's not too bad considering how much it ran. I think I lost your sound there, Sumo.
I'm still here.
Oh.
I'm just contemplating whether to clip this Apple
Look
contract.
at the Chelsea Therapeutics, man. 71, 71.99, 77's printing. Wow. GBGM just moved 8% in 50 seconds. Hit the scanner. Ugly spread though. IMDC just moved 16% in 67 seconds. Just running through some of the stuff hitting the scanner here. GERS up 40%. 0.02 by 0.028. 79,000 volume. ATWT. Chart don't look like much. 0003 by 0004. Seen some posts going down about that. I think COP actually called on that one to move, so keep your eye on it.
Chelsea Therapeutics finding
Go
that
Apple.
support.
Go Apple.
Go Apple.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm still holding my
There
contract.
you go. Let's look at those contracts.
Let's look at Chelsea Therapeutics, 73 by 74.9. 5 days, 75 cents, folks. We caught it gapping down this morning. It looks
Here
like
comes
it
your
was.
$10 Sumo. 10 is printed, baby.
10's
Congratulations. Now, remember I told you thank me later? You can thank me now. I'm just kidding.
Well, this thing looks like it wants to go to $600 today, folks. Apple.
Boom. That'd be
Six
nice.
now.
Keep a grinding,
Nice.
baby. Keep a grinding. Yeah, man.
Hey, look at little BDA up to 0022 by 0023.
Nice.
Covering nicely off that consolidation that it had after that big run up.
Man, I love that interview. Mr. Weber, cool cat, man. In my book.
Yeah. You can definitely tell his dedication in the sound of his voice. A lot of interesting stuff going on with the company, with some of the celebrities that they got back in the company. J-Lo, such a huge name.
Mm-hmm. How can you go wrong with J-Lo?
I think this 0023...
I think I'm going to have to take some profits just to make it go higher for you, Sumo.
Oh, you selling some alcohols?
This is the contract that I entered yesterday. It's kind of hard to see here, but 281, 285 was the high of days so far. It looks like she's going to peel back right here. Yeah. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. Sorry, guys. Thought I was showing it to you. Getting caught up here. 265 by 270. Up 40%. Looks like Apple's going to stagger a little here. Keep your eye on her. What's happening on the boom scanner? NOUV. Keep your eye on that one. Been talking about that the last few days. She's trying to find a little bit of ground here. You can see multiple bottoms were hit yesterday after the run up. And we'll see what she does here. If she can't get back above these moving averages, she might be in trouble. But she's trying. She's trying.
NSPH, Siffy, I told you, blue sky breakout mode, baby. Take a look at NSPH.
NSPH. Boom.
Trading around $3 pre-market.
Dang, man, look at that thing. Nice call,
Took one look at the chart. It's easy to identify these patterns, folks. Follow the trend. The trend is your friend.
The trend is your friend. Here's a trend that I'm liking, man. Let's look at LBSR. And I don't know how high this is going to go, but let's look back at this thing. This thing was a beast. This is one of my best penny plays I ever had. I had this thing sub penny, and it ran to 19. Oh, I can't even see it on that. Damn. Let's see if we can see it here. Okay, well, you can see 7 cents there. Let's see if we can see it on a 3-year. There you go. Look at that. Look at that run. Boom.
Shakalaka.
That's insane. But anyways, you can see this setup here. If you even drew a line, let's go ahead and draw a line on this. This is a daily 3-year. Let's just draw. I mean, you could draw from this one, obviously, but I'm going to just draw kind of from these points that are right here. And you can see over a long period of time, this line, you could call this your ultimate breakout line here. So we're not through it yet, but keep your eyes on this thing, LBSR, because she's either going to hit it and come flying right back down, or you could get a massive move. But I'm keeping her on watch, LBSR. Good stuff.
It's already such a nice move these past 3 days. We saw it beasting on Friday. And that's what set off a bunch of radars. A lot of people got hip to the move on Friday. We were doing a lot of research on it over the weekend, and boom, we decided to identify it in yesterday morning's pre-market watch list. Took one look at that chart, saw those resistance points, and yesterday she beasted through most of those resistance points, and now we're at the next key resistance line. Like you said, it's either going to make or break it.
Yep.
Apple back to 596. Come on, 600.
Yep. It's I mean, obviously when you're playing the options, you got to be careful, because even when the price is going higher, based on the Greeks, your option can go down. So be careful, make sure you price them right. But overall, I expect a slow grind higher all the way to earnings, man. All the way to earnings. You see it time and time again. One thing that I have to remind some of the people out there that have traded with us over the years and over the last few earnings releases of Apple is that they take her maybe about 2 to 3 weeks out, they run her all the way up, and then they gap her up. I mean, everybody and their brother right now was telling me, they're expecting Apple to gap down this time, that she's going to miss this time. I don't go against Apple. I'm just going to say that right now. I am not going to buy a put on Apple. I'm not straddling. I'm not strangling. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going long because she always works for me that way, and I probably just jinxed her, and she is probably going down now, but I will be long because I expect Apple to easily clip over its 52-week high after these earnings. But that's just me. What do you think, Sumo?
I'm with you, bro.
All right, Sumo's with me. I'm feeling good.
I have yet to see you trade this thing wrong. Most times you're right.
Oh, don't jinx me. Don't jinx me. Oh, look at this. SLV. Hey, I don't know if you're listening, Anthony. I didn't mean to ruffle your feathers out there, brother. I wasn't dissing silver or SLV because I do trade it. I was just saying I don't like it as an investment. I understand that JP Morgan and banks manipulate futures. I don't think that's anything new. I think everything's manipulated by futures. Even companies manipulate futures to hedge themselves. It's just another derivative play. But what's going crazy?
Chelsea Therapeutics, baby. The bottom is
what's she doing?
In. She found support at 70 cents. She's 76 cents right now. Hit a high 80 cents, though.
How come I don't? Oh, there she is.
I wouldn't be surprised in another week, 2 weeks, couple weeks down the road, we look back and this thing's back over $1.
CHTP, right?
Yes, sir.
Thought I put it on the watch list. There she is. Nice. Oh, I got this too far out. Let's look at it daily. Nice, man.
NSPH also continuing its uptrend here. $3.40. We caught it at $3 pre-market. We're up over 10%.
Nice.
Watching this thing today.
Here we go. Great Wall Builders. It's finding a little bit of action here. Some buyers stepping in. 21.5 by 21.9 now. You can just see that death drop. That is Scary, whoever got caught in that. And I guarantee a lot of people got caught in that. 22 by 23 printing now. Well, 22 just printed. 23's on deck. There's 23. Anyways, you can see you got that 100 MA all the way up there, over 60 cents. So you've got a lot of gravitational pull up if they decide to run with this a little. So we started talking about this one last week, about it getting ready to drop. Look for the bottom. I actually thought the bottom was going to be around 18, 19. She surprised me and went all the way down to, I think, 12 or 13. But here she is back at 23. We'll see what she can do. That's GWBU, Great Wall Builders. I think this was a major promo stock that went south. But hey, man, this thing was 20 cents before that run into $1.80. Insane. Anyways, just want to throw that one back out there. ICPA.
Arch Coal looking good. How's ICPA doing?
ICPA is, we talked about this, numerous times on the way down after these huge runs, and we said, keep your eye on that 200 MA. Anyway, she found the support on the 200 MA. She tried to get back up through the 100, couldn't do it. We know what that is. Once support, now resistance, and it looks like she's going to try it again. But anyways, she's got to get through that 100 MA, because right now she's setting up. This is a bearish chart. It gets really bearish. She breaks that 200 MA. So come on, ICPA, we got faith in you, baby.
Arch Coal's up 5% this morning. Last traded at $7.42. Over 1 million shares in volume on ACI.
Beast.
Man, can we call a bottom bouncer or what?
Silver, gold, they're rocking. Look at SLV. It's up 2.36%. And I do actually own SLV shares. And I am down on them. I bought them a little high. I didn't buy a lot. I only bought 100 shares up at that 30 range. And I've been holding them because, it's in an IRA. And I'm like the rest of you. I think silver could go to 150. Not, but I do think it could go over 30. And I write calls against it on days like this. So I'll look to see if this thing wants to push higher for the rest of the day. And I will write some out of the money calls, because I just don't see silver really taking off yet until it can break a few key resistances. I mean, if you look out to let's look at a weekly chart, 3-year, you can see here. My lines are a little messed up. Let's get these lines out of here. Well, basically, let's draw a new line. Yep, boom. So you can see the downward trajectory. Kind of a no-brainer there, but you can see that it's got a lot of room to go to the downside if she can't hold. And you can put a line right across here. And she found that support, thank God. But I never like when they're in between moving averages. You're in between your 200 and all your 20, your 50, and your 100 above you. Your 20 has crossed through the 100. The 50 is about ready to cross down. So basically, I mean, you're looking at this now, and now you've got resistance. You could even take it right off of here, put it right on there, and you've got your resistance right above you at that 20 MA, which is going to coincide with that last swing high before she found the dip, which she is lining up for the supports now. So yes, I will be looking to sell the call. Maybe not today, maybe when she hits that 20. And I'm just saying.
Nice.
What's going on in OTC, man?
Let's bring up the
scanner popping.
GWBU at the top of the scanner list. Good call there, bud. You were pounding the table on that thing yesterday and this morning when it was on 19. LBSR continuing its monster climb. LBSR up 18.56%.
Nice.
Last traded at 4.8.
Man, they're
gaining
cracking.
23%.
Good stuff.
INVP, Integrated Biopharma. Last traded at 20 cents. It's got a spread of 19.5 by 23.5.
Nice. That's hitting my scanner too. Classic.
BDA, 9 million shares traded. I like the activity. We're going into a holiday. It's a short day today. It's trending up on light volume. We saw this stock run from 0005 to 0039. It consolidated, found support at 0012, 0013 range after the pullback, and we've been seeing it inch up day by day since. So I want to keep an eye on this BBDA. If it can get through this 0023, 0024 range where there's resistance, could get a chance to go back to those 003s.
Hey, look at Thwopper. It's finding that support above the 20 MA. 3.4 by 3.8, kind of low volume, but I do like the chart setup, Sumo.
Yeah, I like that one in the past for sure.
23.5 now on GWBU. Interesting. How high do they want to take it?
Chelsea Therapeutics just broke through the high of day. 80 cents was the high of day. Currently, 81 cents is up on the offer, and the bids are starting to show up at 80 cents, folks. Chelsea
Boom, 82.
Bottom bouncer. XCLL looking good so far. Darn right it is, because we caught it off the 52-week low and talked about it on Friday. If you're not following STT Radio, then you must be oversleeping.
Oh, yeah.
Stop sleeping in and start tuning in.
Yep.
That's what I got to say about that.
INVP. New high of day. 24's on deck.
That's right. Up 58.
22 by 24. So they need to tighten that up a little.
Well, they're tightening it up a little bit here. Looking a little bit better. 31.
Get it tight. Tight is right. RFMK. Hit in the scanner. 2002 by 0022. Rapid fire. This is another one that you saw just get hammered. Finding a bottom. Moving north.
GWBU is at the top of my scanner list here. It's up
Bum,
27.
bum, 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 bum. Hey, I got something for that. You know what that deserves?
You gotta be kidding me. Who
You
the hell
can't hear
told
it.
us to buy that piece of shit?
But the listeners heard it.
Chelsea Therapeutics blowing through 83.99 here. Chelsea, I love you lately. Chelsea's the name of the pretty lady stock
Hey,
today.
here's one you handed us yesterday. RXII. It's up 13.33% again.
Yep, she's on the scanner here.
What did
31.
you give that to us yesterday? 12 cents?
Oh man, I can't keep up with all these plays, man.
Come on. PDGO. Check it out, guys. Here's a daily chart. You can see two indecision candles spinning tops in a row. Okay? Or bullish, whatever you want to call them. I think they're more indecision. But you got two of them in a row hitting that 200 MA. So keep your eye on it. PDGO. This thing could really just take off on a technical level, mixed with some people pumping it, some PRs. I'm just saying, man. PDGO. Check it out. 017. And, if you're a little confused on it, check out Haas's Spotlight. Go to our board, type in Spotlight, and it's there. Or that way you don't have to dig. Actually, type in stock spotlights, and they all pop up, man. But he did a great spotlight on this PDGO.
Chelsea Therapeutics, 85 cents rolling. 85.82 rolling. High of 86.99.
Oh. 25's printing, baby. GWBU. 25.5 printing. Good stuff. Let's come in on a little bit more of a short-term chart here. That was a daily. Let's see what's going on here. Let's find some resistance. Okay, you can see here, looking at this, on a 60-minute, 20-day, you're coming up on your 50 MA. So radar that. That's going to be some resistance. That's also going to mix with, you can see right through here, that was a level of support before she fell off to this next level. And then obviously you got another one right through here. That'd be nice to see that go all the way up there like that. See it go through this 50 MA and beast for the boys. East for the boys. Let's look at a 5-minute. Look at that. Kaboom.
LBSR is just rallying hardcore up to 0499 on the offer.
Oh, yeah.
100% gain from yesterday.
Good stuff.
It was as low as 2.5 yesterday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's looking good.
INVP, they took out the offer again. Now it's 25 cents up, but they do need to step that bid up. Bid of 22.1. But nice move on INVP.
Yeah, that thing's going crazy. All of them are looking like they're getting a little toppy right here. This is, if I was in a single one of the hot ones we're talking about, I would be selling for my profits right here, looking for a pullback and a next leg up.
Absolutely. You know, you see that so much in the first half hour. You see these things run strong out of the gate for the first half hour.
Lock them in, boys. Lock them in.
Maybe 40 minutes, and then boom, you see that pullback. But, you know, today could be a totally different day because it's only a half day. Not sure how.
Well, you know, this is just me, of course, but in my experience, you're better off, obviously waking up when you got a penny stock or an option or anything. You want to get up for that bell because you can see that big momentum, that gap, that run, but then you see the profit taking. And yes, you can get the ones where they come back and then they keep going. But the odds of that are not in your favor. I'd rather be the guy that gets up, watches the run, takes the profit, then I go make another cup of coffee, have a little smoke break, and kaboom, I'll be back on the dip, and then we rip.
Well, words of wisdom. I'll tell you what, you got to just sell in the strength, and you just got to be disciplined and take those profits and lock them in. Because, you know, I was thinking about this a lot the other day. If you're not selling into strength, then what are you going to be selling into? Weakness? You don't want to sell into weakness. You want to sell into the strength. You want to sell into that rally. You want to sell into the momentum and make those profits. Lock them in. And then you want to buy the weakness. You want to buy the dips to flip and sell into the strength. Because if you're buying...
Go EK, Eastman Kodak.
27,
boys, 27. We were talking about this, I believe it was... I don't know, it was like 15, 16 cents. Talked about it a couple weeks back, been mentioning it a few times, and here she goes. She's going higher. You know, nobody wants to touch a Q stock, but hey, gotta respect Eastman. Good stuff.
As I was saying, if you're always going to buy into the strength, the chances of you selling into the strength are a lot less likely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to be selling into strength. Look at this Apple, baby. Apple hitting new highs.
Look to your BMSN, man, Biomatrix Scientific Group that you handed us yesterday, breaking out of that over that 50 MA today.
Man, your memory's working pretty darn good today. You're remembering stuff that I can't even remember.
Well, yesterday she traded down, but I mean the chart was right, and she's coming back, and she's coming back with a vengeance.
Well, I think you got a kick out of those plays yesterday. I did a great job on the morning's watch list, and you were going back and watching it on the video so many times you got it stuck in your head.
I kept the whole list that you gave me, man. I made the lists, and I just kept it. Right. I didn't erase it.
Nice.
I thought that's what you wanted.
Absolutely. Hey, if
right,
anybody...
Look at TECO. Here's a beaster right here. 4.2 by 4.4. Just hit my scanner. It's up 19%. Treaty Energy Corporation. Let's look at a daily on this. What's she been up to? Okay, you can see on a daily she's just been kicking butt over the last 4 days. And she is officially through the 50 MA. So, Treaty. TECO. There's one to throw on the watch list. See what she does.
That's a treat for your watch list.
A treat for your watch list. What's the big boards doing? Rocking like a hurricane. Here's your apple. You still holding it, Sumo?
Absolutely, bud.
10:05, baby. Oops. Looking good. Look at that thing. That's a weekly 3-year of the Apple call. And look at that thing. It ran from literally pennies all the way up to $70. Remember when I played that one, Sumo? Last time? Remember?
Yep.
And it went from $1 to $70. Well, that's what you're on now. This is our second round.
Round 2.
Round 2. That's pretty awesome that last earnings we played this one and watched it go that high, and now we're back on it, and here we are.
Timing is everything.
From $1 to 70, all the way back down to 3, now back to 10. Where shall we be after earnings is the question. Go to this 5-minute.
Looks like this little option that I'm in wants to see a new high a day. Last trade at the high day of 10.18, 10.25 up.
Yeah, man. Beautiful. US oil. Beast mode. Yeah, what else can I say? 32.96. Oil equals money.
Definitely like the activity that we're seeing on Chelsea Therapeutics this morning. That's CHTP. We put it on the watch list pre-market. We saw the huge gap down. We saw it find support at 70 cents. It hit a high at 88 cents, currently trading at 86 by 86.87. Chelsea Therapeutics.
It's a beautiful bounce, man. Good call, Sumo.
We don't miss a beat here on STT Radio, bud. That's for sure.
Nope.
We don't get paid enough, man. I tell you what.
EWSI hitting the scanner. 035 by 04. E-Waste Systems. Not sure what the deal is on that, but it just popped. RXII. Still going, Sumo. Nice one.
I love these biopharma plays, man. When I see anything
cool.
therapeutics or pharmaceuticals in the name, I get excited.
Yeah, with good reason. They make you a lot of money. EWRL. Green Energy Renewable Solutions. Didn't you give us that one too, Sumo?
Well, we caught it on the scanner last week when the promotion first kicked off, and we saw it have a nice run. They had announced some dividend stuff towards the end of last week, and it's made a couple of bounces, but I'm staying away from it at this point. You can see the volumes starting to dry up, and
they're pushing it a little bit today, but I hear you, man. I hear you.
I'm digging that TECO, though. That's hitting my scanner here. That TECO that you're talking about?
Yeah. Popping?
33 trades on the day. We're up to 1.8 million in volume. Last trade, 0449.
Man, Apple is going ape shit.
Donkey balls. Man,
what?
Well, you know how I got that term? It's from a firework.
Yeah?
Yeah, one time I was down in Pennsylvania and I stocked up with a bunch of fireworks and I picked up some called donkey balls. If you ever get a chance to light some fireworks off and you get donkey balls, man, you'll have some fun with them. They're those big mortars that you drop in the tube and they shoot up in the air and go boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an M80 on steroids, man. These things go bonkers.
Nice. Donkey balls.
And that's what Apple's doing today, folks. BBDA. Pull up the level 2 there, Sifikia. You can see the
BBDA.
level 2 on BBDA showing some nice bidders at 0019.
It needs some bidders. It needs some bidders. GWBU, it's trying to get out of this 25 range. Holding tough, 24.5. We'll see. RXII, man. Look at this thing. It printed 19.5. Look at that.
Up 30% today.
Look at that chart, man. Whoa, look at that. That's awesome. It's like a big, it's a skate ramp.
Chelsea Therapeutics is tapping at the high of day.
Yes, sir.
Not a bad little Tuesday before the 4th of July, man. We're already past 10 o'clock, and we had a lot of fun this morning. I hope the listeners out there are having as much fun as we are.
Your Apple call hit 1050 there, buddy.
I'm not selling it. I told myself I'm not selling this thing until it gets over $600. I might just have to hold it past today.
There you go.
I think Apple's going to hit $600 today, though, to be honest with you.
Let's look at a 1 minute chart. 1 day. Whoop. 1 day.
Well, I was trying to get you to look at the BBDA level 2 and show the support at 0019.
I thought I did.
Yeah, it was showing support, and now it's 002 by 0022, baby.
Oh, nice. I'm back on there for you. You want to break down that level too?
Yeah, let's take a quick look at it. You're seeing 492,000 shares at 002, but UBS is showing 2.5 million on the bid at 0019. And just a minute ago, E-Trade was at that bid of 0019 with 4 million. So you're seeing over 6 million shares on the bid at 19 at one point. That's, to me, looking like some good, solid support. On the ask side of things, you got a little bit of resistance at the 0022 and 0023 with E-Trade showing, let me get this right, is that 23 million on the offer at 0022?
Yep.
Oh boy, that's a
492 million.
They got 2,355,3K, which means 23 million.
Bam.
So I don't know if E-Trade's just putting up that wall up there to try to shake some weak hands out or what, but that's a lot of resistance there up on the offer at 0022 and 0023. Needs to get through that resistance. Could be just some market maker games. Who knows? Chelsea Therapeutics, in my opinion, is my strongest call of the day for a bottom bounce play. She was as low as 70 cents this morning, currently trading at 87 cents. Nice volume flowing through the stock, 3.5 million in volume.
Man, you got a lot of good calls here. I'm looking at this scanner. This RXII, man, this thing is beasting. Don't be greedy, peeps. Don't be greedy, whoever's playing this.
Apple's going to 600, boy!
Donkey balls! Yeah, buddy. Congrats, Sumo. Congrats.
Mr. Bell, for you, XCLL. Thanks, STTRADIO. Glad he listened. No problem, buddy. That's what we're here
Our
for.
pleasure.
Look at this XCLL. It's up to 19 cents, folks. We were talking about this one on Friday. It was as low as 11 cents. We're handing you multi-baggers on a silver platter daily.
That's good.
Look at this thing. It's going back to 20s, no question. Look at that bid support at 18 cents.
Tighten that spread up, would you, Sumo?
When I took one look at this thing last week on the chart, I said this thing's a no-brainer. Dead cat bouncer.
No-brainer.
Glad people are out there listening. Make sure to lock in those profits. Never hurts when you're playing with the house.
Bum, bum. Look at your Apple. It's 1090. 920 could have jumped in on this, peeps. 1090 now. Insane. Chart's not coming up too good, but look at that level 2. There's 11. There's 11. Print it, baby. Print it.
Apple hit 598.05. She's about to blow through the high of day here. 598.06 up. Come on, come on.
What a beast. What a beast.
All right, I just got this one moving up my scanner. SWTR. That's Sweetwater Resources.
Boom, it just hit my scanner too.
SWTR moving up here 12%. Last traded at 40 cents. Put it on the watch list, folks. Add it to the dozens of winners we've already given you.
This has been fun today, man.
I think we're having more fun without Haas than ever.
You suck, Haas.
Man, he's got to stop playing with those hockey sticks. Get back to work.
Yep. XCLL. Look at that. That's a daily chart here, so keep your eye on that, guys, because you can see that 20 MA has been nothing but resistance for quite some time. It looks a lot different in this shot here than you've seen over this period of time, but let's get through this 20 MA and let's see if we can get up towards that 50, which is all the way up. Looks just below 30. So
Sexcellent. That's what I'm going to call that one. Sexcellent.
Sexcellent?
Yes, that's sexcellence.
Sexcellence. Nice. I like that.
I just like the name XCLL, and I'm just going to spin a word off from it. Whoa! We just broke the high of day, 25 cents up on the offer. That's sexcellence. 24 cents. 20 by 24 now.
Man, come on. I told you to tighten that spread up. This thing's getting weird.
20 by 22. Somebody just bought a lot of stock at 20 cents. SWTR broke 40 cents. 41's clicking. And Apple still wants to go to 600 today.
Yes.
Man, we should just take this show out till the end of the day and just do it live the rest of the day. No, that's not. That's
well,
not.
we gotta do some other things too. But we were talking about starting to do a power hour show. I mean, we rocked the first hour. We might as well rock the last hour because that's where we do all our trading, right, Sumo?
I think we should do something on Fridays to talk about momentum plays to watch into Monday. Because
thinking on that note, Sumo, it's going to get crazy because we got Alcoa, and we all know what Alcoa does. They kick off earnings seasons, baby, and that's Monday. So what does that mean, Sumo?
We're going to see some quarterly reports.
Oh, we're going to see multi-baggers. We're going to be seeing 10, 20, 30, 40 baggers. I ain't kidding either, man. No joke.
Sounds like fun. I'm ready.
Yeah, man. 598.04. Beautiful.
What do you say we wrap things up here?
Let's wrap it up, man. Good stuff, Sumo. You rocked it.
What an awesome day, bud. I couldn't do it without you, man.
What else am I going to do? Hey, listeners, thanks a lot. You're the best. Thanks for the private messages, guys, on the congratulations. No, congratulations to you. It's our honor to find you a winner. When you make money on something, that makes our day. Period. The end. Aloha.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.